Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Bahashar Kahakodash. I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. As a high spirit wind lawyer, and today I want to go into a topic entitled, it started on a plantation. Now, just to make a disclaimer, the falling away of Jerusalem started 70 AD. All right, so we really, ultimately, we started to fall away from who we were after the sacking of Rome. All right, after Rome sacked Jerusalem around 70 AD, and we dispersed into, Africa and different parts of Europe, and that was the beginning of the fall away. Jake got into Islam. You had Jakes that was into, at that time, Christianity, biblical Orthodox Christianity. You had Jakes that was straight, they knew they were Israelites. It was different things, man. All right, you had the pagan Roman Empire. I'm sorry, the Holy Roman Empire. All right. So the falling away really began around 70 AD. All right, even when Jake took over Rome, they just put Christian names, biblical names, saint names over Roman deities. Okay, so from 70 AD, all right, to now, all right, is the falling away. It's the result of the falling away. Something that was brought out was something called gradualism. All right, gradualism is, it's something I got corrected on, because I always push, what happened during, black exploitation. But I remember the Apostle Rakah, the Apostle Aramlab Salat was saying that, it really started 70 AD. All right, but something else in my spirit, all right, was when we really got broken from our identity. All right, doing that slave passage, man, when we was on those cargo slave ships, man. All right, from the cargo slave ships, all right, to the plantations, all right, that created a different type of Jake, man. All right, on the cargo slave ships, Jake had to denounce Yahweh Shai. All right, Jake had to accept Crispus Serapis. Some would say Cesare Borgia, and a lot of Jakes died behind that, man. All right, I read somewhere that 3/5 of Jake died during the seasoning process. That's basically when Jakes who survived came to the shores of America. They had to get broken in before they hit the plantation. And a lot of them they couldn't be broken, so they were unalive, man. So a lot of Jakes didn't even make it to the labor aspect of slavery because they couldn't get broken. Okay, you have to understand that what Esau doesn't want you to understand. He wants to make you think that slavery was just some shit that happened. Now he wants you to think that we were just immigrants looking for work. All right, but what he doesn't want you to know is that your psyche, your mindset is rooted in slavery, man. All right, there was this series called Roots. All right, was it written by was it Alex Haley? And there was this different scenes that still, I still retain in my memory. All right, Kunta Kinte, when he was in Africa, right, he was basically betrothed to this woman. I forget her name. All right, he was basically betrothed to this woman, and her father was played by O.J. Simpson. So O.J. Simpson was played the character who was her father, and basically he was betrothed to the woman, and basically he loved her. Okay, and long story short, Esau came and they got kidnapped and ended up on some cargo slave ships. And from cargo slave ships, they came to the Americas, as it said in the scriptures, that you should see it no more, So when they came to the Americas, they were estranged from each other. But then they came back to each other when Kunta wanted to speak that native tongue to her. That she no longer speaks that native tongue. She's trying to survive. And to me, I look at that as that's the beginning of Keisha, man. That's the beginning of our women being not our women. All right? Because the whole thing was survival, all right? And adapting. See, that's what women do. They're going to conform to whoever wins the war. When you win the war, you lose your woman, and she's a conformist. Women are conformists. So whatever the mindset of the winning team is, she's going to adopt that mindset. So they showed you in the series that his once betrothed woman, or desired woman, all right, she no longer accepted her heritage or her culture. She denounced it to speak English, all right? And it said historically, like a lot of so-called black women, they purposely got with Edomite men or high yellow men to have more lighter skinned babies so the babies could be in a better position in life, all right? But Eve's foundation in America was join the winning team. So you fast forward to feminism, all right, you fast forward to now, Eve has no interest in building with Jake, man. Eve was born into Edomite supremacy, all right? Her great-grandmothers, they denounced Yahweh, they denounced their culture, their heritage, all right? And they got on the winning, team and wanted to acclimate to Esau's world, and now they worship him. And now they're still looking out the window and seeing you in the fields and as a blue-collar worker, all right? And they're looking at you like you're a sharecropper, like you're still that nigga in the field while they're in the house. So Eve looks down on us like she's in the house, close to the master, all right? And you're in the field. You see? You see? But, you know, a lot of Eve got that blonde hair, and they don't understand that they receive all these perks to their independence at the expense of their race. Yeah, so you had Eve that was in the house, and she was little bad witches for Esau and little housemaids for Esau. All right, and she might have had some comfort as an individual, but her whole race is in fucking captivity. Fast forward to the movie, and I use movies because it gives a great frame of reference. Fast forward to the movie Django, where Django visited Candyland, all right, and he was amongst the slave owner, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. All right, he played that fucking role, man. But you remember that chamber room they were in, and they was watching two Jakes kill each other, man. They was wrestling to the death. They was having a death match, man. All right, but it was entertainment for Esau, man. But Eve was in that chamber too, and Eve was just another one of Esau's women. So Eve was sitting in her comfort. She might have had some liquor in her hand. She was sitting at the bar within the chamber room, all right? And she was in comfort, all right? She was comforted. She didn't give a damn about that damn death match. I mean, that was once in her race, or once, you know, leaders in her nation kill each other in front of this damn Edomite. She just had her comforts. But although she had her comforts, her whole race was in slavery, was in captivity. But as long as she was in her little chamber at the bar, she was cool in it, man. She was chilling. Speaking that English language with that southern accent. You see? So yeah, so that shows you that movie. Yeah, Eve was in the house. She was the slave master's top women, or whores, whatever you want to call it. But it had her little comforts. You know, she wasn't in the field picking cotton. Her hands wasn't brittle and scarred up from picking thorns out of the cotton. All right? She was an attractive woman that was basically Esau's concubine in comfort. But look at her races and shit. Her races in shambles. You see? Let's fast forward to now. Half of Jakes in America are tied to the prison industrial complex. 1/4 of our race is missing from Planned Parenthood. All right, majority of our race doesn't have 2 parents in the household. Another big portion of our race is suffering from chronic illnesses, all right, due to being in this captivity. But Eve is still Eve still has a passport to go take a girls trip. She's just like Eve in that chamber room in Candyland on the movie Django. As long as she has her comfort, she don't give a damn. All right? Jake out here killing each other. All right, your race is in captivity. Most Jakes in America are working paycheck to paycheck. Half of your family is dying or has died from some disease. You see? So it's just as bad, if not worse. You see? I hope this is making sense to brothers and sisters. I hope I'm making sense. You know, this is something that was on my spirit, man. Like this, the foundation of Jake in America, man. This is the foundation of your mindset. You know? Going from the series Roots, where Kula Kente's betrothed wife denounced her native tongue and she denounced the old way because she became a conformist. The water, bro. Like I just passed a sign. It's a billboard sign with 3 Eve lawyers. There's 3 Eve lawyers promoting their service. 3 Eve lawyers. And the whole thing is like, let me get to the top of this captivity to escape this suffering. All right? And you as an individual, you give your energy over to this kingdom and you get elevated in this kingdom. And Esau makes it available for you. But just like Eve in the movie Django, when she was in Candyland, yeah, you elevated as an individual, but your race is in shambles. You see? And yeah, you elevated as an individual, but your race is in shambles, man. Yeah, you had the ability to get on food stamps, get a decent amount of money for your tax return. You can put your man on child support, and you live in comfort. And Most High really set you up in the slippery, and that's why it says, "She that is my enemy." Eve don't give a damn about building Jerusalem. Eve don't give a damn about, and that's why the scripture says, remember Lot's wife. She looked back. See, in order to be in this truth, you got to be uncomfortable. You can't give all your energy into this kingdom like that. Eve not willing to do that. Eve gonna give all her energy to this kingdom so she can receive her comforts. And that's why the scripture says in 2nd Ezra, was it the 10th chapter, how they abhorred this word, and it went on to say, such as in their life have received benefits. You know, Eve had be a little nerd in school, man, and she'll get her bachelor's and her master's, but really she get all that shit to not be up under an Israelite man, and she'll travel to Jamaica, to the Bahamas, to Africa, all right, just fulfilling her lust, whatever the fuck she doing over there. But they'll come at the expense of neglecting her family. You know, mama be suffering and Eve don't give a damn, man. Family members, they help put her on. Now she look at them like liabilities, man. Eve got that bag and went the other way, man. All right? Most Eve voted for Kamala, which showed that they just want them comforts, man. They want to keep getting them abortions, you know, keep getting them food stamps. You see? It's an overthrow. Esau outsourced our women. He so-called emancipated our women, and they went from working for us to working for him. You see? But Jake don't see the bigger picture. Our race is shit. You know? Our race is through. Our race is damn near erased. And Esau has it interweaving within our culture for us to destroy each other, man. Just like the movie Django, where Esau is sitting there watching Jake literally kill each other, man. Eve was just in her own fucking world, nonchalant and different, man. If that's not what's going on now, if that's not a microcosm of what's going on now, I don't know what is, man. For such as in their life have received benefits, man. You know? It is not like there's not, you know, well-to-do Jakes. There's not, you know, Jakes that's doing well for themselves. But that's not the vast majority of Jakes, man. All right? You see? So, but the Most High used Esau as a chastening rod for our nation because we transgressed those laws. It's not like we were not warned. It was written in the contract, in the law of Moses. All right, the contract is real. The covenant is real. That's why he sent Yahushua, all right, how can I put this? To reconcile us back to Yahweh. The covenant was real. The punishment was real. You know? The covenant was real. The punishment was real, man. But the difference between slavery and this shit is Jake don't know they're in slavery. All right? This is something called the Matrix, man. You got women who actually are excited about going to work and they love all the different activities that happen on the job, and they love that shit. They love that work husband. They love the benefits. They love being up under Edomite supervisor, man. You know? It's a plethora of women on campus, man. These little HBCU colleges. It's not that, you know, you can't go and make money. You gotta really make money. We are in Egypt. But they don't give a damn about their race. They don't give a damn about this shit. And then by the time they get close to 30 or in their 30s, now they want to settle down. That's against nature, man. That's not how the Most High designed that. And now they're looking at Jake like who you are is not enough, or they're dating. What's that? They're dating down. That's that term. Now Eve was looking at herself like, I'm dating down by talking to the average Jake. And only Eve really talked like that, man. You only really hear Eve talking like that. And I'm getting on the situation. Cause that's what I was meditating on. Like that's our race. You could say, oh, this brother talking about Eve a lot. Well, Eve is fucked us up a lot. Just like somebody said, you always talk about the so-called white man. Yeah, because we're still here, nigga. Abortions, I still got to talk about abortions because that really affected our nation. We're still in captivity, so hey, the scripture says give him no rest. You know? And what's going to happen is, concerning Eve, is soon Esau is going to kick you out of his office. His economy is going to go to shit. All right? That dollar ain't going to mean nothing. Who you going to turn to? You know? Feminism was a mental illness. You see? Feminism was a mental illness, man. It's a plague of the mind. Our two biggest enemies are Esau and Eve. You know? But, you know, that's neither here nor there, you know? I do hope you brothers and sisters were edified. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Shai. I also want to give double honors to our elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone and Well, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect, Baba Bao, Kamil Shalom.